Here's a curated list of the top 20 notable legal cases from 2024 to 2025, emphasizing U.S. Supreme Court rulings and International Court of Justice (ICJ) proceedings based on the provided search results and their broader implications. Trump versus United States 23-939 issued presidential immunity for official acts related to January 6th events. Ruling. The court held that former presidents have absolute immunity for core constitutional acts and presumptive immunity for other official acts, but no immunity for unofficial conduct. This delays Trump's trial and reshapes accountability for future presidents. All right, let's dive into the case of Fisher versus United States, docket number 23-5572. Now let's talk about the issue at hand, obstruction charges against the January 6th rioters. This is a significant aspect of the ongoing legal proceedings. So, here's the ruling. The court has narrowed the obstruction statute and now it requires proof of evidence tampering. This is a big deal as it affects hundreds of prosecutions and could potentially weaken the charges against Trump. Quite a development, isn't it? Loper Bright Enterprises versus Raimondo 22-451. Issue overturning Chevron deference, which allowed agencies to interpret ambiguous laws. A ruling the court ended the doctrine, shifting power from federal agencies to judges affecting environmental, health and financial regulations. Murthy versus Missouri 23-411. Issue alleged government coercion of social media platforms to remove content. Ruling the court dismissed the case for lack of standing but left unresolved questions about government influence over free speech. Trump versus JG 24A931. Issue emergency application related to ongoing legal challenges involving Trump. Status heard. In April 2025, details remain limited, but the signal continued legal battles post-presidency. South Africa versus Israel application of the Genocide Convention in Gaza. Allegations. Israel's military actions in Gaza constitute genocide under the 1948 Genocide Convention. Provisional measures. The ICJ ordered Israel to prevent genocidal acts, ensure humanitarian aid and halt its Rafah offensive May 2024. Over 15 states, including Ireland and Turkey, intervened in support. Sudan versus United Arab Emirates. Allegations: UAE's support for paramilitary forces, RSF, in Sudan's civil war leading to genocide against the Masalit people in Darfur. Outcome. The ICJ rejected Sudan's provisional measures request and removed the case from its docket May 2025. Gabon and Equatorial Guinea focusing on maritime delimitation. The issue at hand is the sovereignty over islands and maritime boundaries in the Gulf of Guinea. The judgment was delivered by the International Court of Justice, ruling on territorial claims in May 2025. This decision has significant implications for resource rights and regional stability. Lithuania versus Belarus. Allegations: Belarus violated international law by facilitating migrant smuggling into Lithuania. Status filed in May 2025 addresses hybrid warfare tactics using migration. France versus Iran. Allegations: Iran breached the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations by detaining French nationals. Status proceedings ongoing, highlighting diplomatic tension. Belize and Cuba interventions in South Africa versus Israel. Role: multiple states filed declarations to intervene under Article 63 of the ICJ statute, reflecting global polarization over Gaza. Guyana versus Venezuela, arbitral award of $18.99. Issue: territorial dispute over the Essequibo region. Provisional measures: the ICJ ordered Venezuela to refrain from annexation actions, May 2025. Ireland's declaration of intervention, South Africa versus Israel. Significance Ireland joined as a third party, emphasizing humanitarian law in conflict zones. Presidential immunity. The United States Supreme Court's expansion of immunity for official acts could shield future leaders from accountability. Genocide litigation. The International Court of Justice's provisional measures in South Africa versus Israel set precedents for enforcing international humanitarian law during active conflicts. Climate and migration. Cases like Lithuania versus Belarus and Klima Seniorinen, not in search results but referenced by the user, reflect growing intersections between human rights and environmental crises. For a full list of International Court of Justice cases, 2024 to 2025, including maritime disputes and advisory opinions, visit the International Court of Justice's official site.